thing on yet?
All right. So I just want to drop 5 pounds. This is just a really common thing that people say every day. Like millions of Americans every day just say that. So according to a Gallup poll, 56% of Americans are looking to lose weight at any time during the year. So today I want to explain for you the right way to lose weight by telling you about strategies to burn calories, crazy diets, and healthy ways to get to your goal weight. So first I want to tell you about some strange ways to burn calories. Did you know that scary movies can burn up to 200 calories? A study from the University of Westminster measured calories burned while watching 10 different scary movies, and The Shining was the most at 184 calories that you would burn just by watching that movie. So you could eat a candy bar and it would just even itself out while watching that movie. The next would be, if you eat in dim light, you can consume 175 less calories than if you were just to sit under harsh light. And that was a study conducted by Cornell University. The next one's really weird. If you drink out of a straight glass as opposed to something that's curved, you're going to consume 60% less calories. And they found that was in a British study found that people consume 60% more alcohol, sugary sodas, and juice if the glass they drank from was curvy rather than a straight tumbler.
English people.
So weird. So if you get 6.5 or more hours of sleep, you're going to consume 500 less calories, and that was a study conducted by the Mayo Clinic. And then when you go to sleep, when it's cold, you tend to like turn up the thermostat. If you don't do that and you leave it at like 67, you're going to burn 200 calories more overnight. And that was a process called non-shivering thermogenesis kicks in, and that's what causes you to burn the calories. So next, let me tell you about crazy diets. So there's some really crazy diets that can actually harm you instead of help you. So one that's really popular with famous people is baby food diets. It's really weird, but they'll eat just like the little cans of baby food because they say they're like pure and organic and like not processed like normal food is, because they're for babies. But it's not a good diet because it would you wouldn't have enough protein or fiber to constitute a good diet. The same with like the juice cleanse diets. You're gonna lose weight because all you're drinking is juice, but it's gonna come right back. So a really funny diet was the Twinkie diet, and they're 150 calories a piece, so you can eat 10 and only be at 1,500 calories. It's not like a good diet, but it would make you lose weight because after like 2 days of only eating Twinkies, you're not going to want to eat anymore. So then other diets are like 3-day diets where they say you'll lose like 10 pounds, and those they work if you want to fit into a dress for the weekend, or if you want to, if you have a hot date and you just, want to feel good about yourself, but they're not good. Like, you get a half a cup of tuna and a slice of toast. Like, of course you're going to lose weight because you're just depriving yourself. So that's just one example of some of these diets, and you can find them all over the internet. So next, let me tell you how to lose weight the healthy way. So if you exercise by going to the gym for just 30 minutes, it'll increase your health. Anaerobic exercise such as bodybuilding and the rapid burst of hard exercise combined with aerobic exercise of running will really help you just drop pounds that you've been trying to work off. So also if you lower your calorie intake, such as cutting up to, if you just cut your calorie intake of 100 calories a day for 1 year, it'll help you lose 10 pounds in that year without any exercise at all. And then lastly, water. You need to drink water. Subjects in a Virginia Tech study who drank 2 glasses of water before eating consumed fewer calories and lost more weight compared to those who skipped the hydrating step. So now that you have learned some strange ways to burn calories, crazy diets that are not good for you, and ways to lose weight the healthy way, you can apply these methods to your life and drop those last few pounds you've been hoping to lose. Thank you.
That big on those.
So if you have my Wait, what did you say? Oh, what? Wait, who's going? Who's holding? I don't know.
All right, Stephanie, I thought you had a nice common goal and kind of a little statistic to get the audience's attention. That's a reasonable attention device at the beginning. Your goal is very clearly stated. There's an okay preview. I think you could have a lot more fun with this speech if you kind of put it into perspective and thought about those first 2 points that you're talking about, that these are really whack ways that people might try and control their diet or reduce their caloric intake. And some of the talk about it just being the crazy ways that people do this. Instead, you make it sound almost like it's advice on that first point, that we should all be watching The Shining and turning the lights down or drinking out of square glasses. It's interesting stuff, but it seems sort of random. And I think what would be most effective would be is if you said, look, there's some really weird stuff that people have discovered out there, but it's not really a practical way for you to deal with your diet and that sort of thing. Let's talk about all the crazy stuff that people do, blah, 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 blah. Well, if you thought that was crazy, think about people who, try weird diets and now, that sort of thing. And, this is whack and these are all these, can you imagine eating baby food for life? That doesn't sound like it's a very good idea. Or let's face it, you eat 15 these Twinkies or 10 of these Twinkies, you never want to eat anything again. That all makes a lot of sense. And then, let's talk about a really practical way to do it. And I think if you did it that way, it would sound a little bit more coherent. As it is, it just seems sort of random. Here's this odd thing here, here's this odd thing here, here's a good thing here. And I think you need to kind of fit them together and say, let's look at the weird things that people do and how we can actually be a little bit more practical. You've got a good structure here. You've got good supporting points. There's research in it. What's missing that would make this work so much better are smoother transitions and transitions that kind of take that attitude that make it more of a speech rather than just these random bits of information. And I think that that's the thing that hurts the structure of the presentation. On delivery, look, you step back when you had to use the visuals. That was okay. Your gestures are, limited a little bit because you have the notes in your hands the whole time. I thought that was a little bit problematic. Same thing with your eye contact and your facial expressions, because you're looking so much at the notes so frequently and not talking to us as much, it doesn't come across. Even though some of those things might be, your intention might have been to get us to laugh at all these odd things and to make a joke of it, because you're doing so much reading and you've got those pages in your hands and you don't engage us that way. I think it undermines that humorous effect that it's going to have. Your voice projects pretty well. There's good variety. It did feel a little bit like you were rushing at times, so pace yourself a little bit more. And I think, again, that's another one of those things that would make the speech feel a little bit more holistic and a little bit more fun. Like I said, the transitions are the weak thing. I thought your exit line was clear, and it also kind of does suggest, what the real practical point of the speech was here is to focus on a healthy and constructive way of hoping to get rid of calories or reduce that weight instead of the hopeful ways. I'm not sure, by the way, if you've watched The Shining before, that it will have the same effect on you every time you watch it. Otherwise we could just leave it on a continuous loop all day long and we'd lose thousands of calories, right? All right, thank you.